Hey, this is MC Big Boy, and I want to do my overcrowded village today before I do some modifications. I am playing Minecraft 110.2, and these are all my mods that I am playing. I'm not playing vanilla. My main mods really are my Industrial Craft 2 and my Extra Utilities 2. I do have a village inventory viewer on. I can right shift click on them and see what inventory they have. Then I have Optifine, which is what allows me to play because of my old computer here. And I have a few other mods here, but they're basically just like the iron chest. But those are my machines here that's in my layer here. So let's run over to my village, and then I want to do a kind of a flyby, show you my village, because I'm doing modification because I have run out of room in my village. Now this village here, there are 9 golems in my village. And I did not make these golems. These golems spawned because of the population. Now, this crazy little contraption you're looking here was an idea that I got one day because I know that villages are based upon doors. So I just made this little thing right here and threw a bunch of doors up. And I did have doors all the way around it, but villagers were hovering so much around my little contraption here that they wasn't playing in none of my apartments. So I took and cut out some of the doors, and when I did that, they went back and started playing and living in my apartments. As you can see, oh my word, there's another shady merchant there. And there's another shady merchant there. I must have had more kids last night because shady merchants are bad guys, and I put them in the city jail here. Because when you buy stuff from a shady merchant, here's what happens. I bought a lost sword, which you can't craft anymore. But when you get it and you put it down in your crafting here, it says, closer inspection, the lost sword is fake, made out of cardboard, which is not good. So I take all my shady merchants, I put them in mine carts, and I craft them in here, and I send them up here and dump them into the city jail, and then take them out of the mine cart. And then I take my system down. In fact, you know what? We have a guy right here, so let's just throw him in jail real fast. Let's see if we can just coax him onto the tracks right here. We'll just coax him onto the track. Now he's on the track. We have a mine cart right here, and we will just put that under his feet. No, don't go that way, go the other way. So what will come down here is we'll just give him a little push, and away he goes, and up and he goes, and now he's in jail. We just put another shady merchant in jail. So then I'll just come down here, and then I will just whack the mine cart with my drill here. There we go. And so now we have more shady merchants stuck in jail. So we just put another shady merchant in jail. So I'll have to get the other guy when I get him out. And then when I get all my shady merchants, I'll take up my track and my city will be clean. But I want to fly around here because my city is getting too big. I am building some of the buildings that, and I like to give credit where credit is due, Andy is Yoda. I'm following some of his designs for some of his village buildings that he is doing. This church is one of them. And a lot of times I have villagers. In fact, there's a villager in there now. Oh, look, there's a villager inside the church. And what's so funny is I have red priest. And so sometimes there's a red priest inside the church, which even makes it more hilarious. I've built that one from Andy is Yoda, and I've also built his school here. And there's villagers inside the school a lot of times. But as you can see, my village is cram-packed. I built these beautiful walls, and I don't have any more room to build anything. I have all these big apartment buildings I've built, and I have villagers everywhere. I mean, there's just no room for expansion in here, and everything's on top of everything. There's that other shady merchant there. And I had more kids last night when I was in here. And my last count, like I said, I had 9 golems that have spawned. And so my population continues to go up and up. And so I want to expand out. So what I did a couple days ago, or maybe it's been a week ago, is I went out 100 blocks and I built new walls. And so now I have these new walls, and as in a good wall system, I cleared out some area in front of my walls so that no monsters could be seen, or they could be seen, so the clear space out in front of the walls. So I have these beautiful walls here now in front. And so these are going to be my new walls to protect my big village here. So I have these towers on the end of my walls. I had to move this one kind of crooked because there was this really cool looking cavern over here. Natural cavern. I thought this was so cool. I didn't want to destroy it or move my tower in the middle of that, so I just kind of moved my wall so it lined up over here. So I have this nice wall, keep my villagers safe. And so these are going to be my new entrances into the village, and I have these doors that go into it. You can go into it, and there are, it's like I got a missed block there. Wow, there's no staircase here. It's supposed to be a staircase there. For some reason I didn't put the staircase on this side. But you go on this side, there should be a staircase. Huh, I guess I didn't finish this one. I'll have to come back and do that. Which gate is this? You're busting me here. Which is this? This is the northern gate. I'll have to come back and see why there's no staircase there. I didn't put the staircase in for some reason. But there are supposed to be staircases that go from one level to the next, and there's not even no staircases there either. Jeez, I'm getting busted on my own video. I'll have to come back. Now, the railroad system that you're seeing here, the minecart you're seeing here, is the reason my village is so large. Because what I did is I piped in all villages in the neighborhood into my current village. I stole villagers from one village to the next until I had all the villagers. Not all the ones you see now, because I've had many population growths, but about 5 villages around this village I took and brought them into this one village. And I have this moat that I created around here. I was going to make this giant XP trap that went all the way around here, and I have an XP cruncher in here, but I have this big moat that I created that went all the way around this thing here. It turned out not to be such a wonderful thing. It didn't work the way I was hoping it was. Monsters do fall in it, and they do get spun out around, but it turned out to be more of a headache than it was a good idea. Has a lot of things that do happen in Minecraft, but what I'm planning on doing, I think I'm going to brick it up, bring the water level up to a little more reasonable level here, and I'm going to make it into a nice canal. Now I'm going to have to thin out a lot of these trees through here as I make my city, because a lot of mobs spawn throughout all these trees all the time. I'm going to have to, and there's also a lot of caverns I've noticed, and a lot of holes throughout this whole area here. But this should give me a lot of room to expand my, expand my city. But this is mcbigboy's village. The little pool here, a lot of times you'll come up here and you'll have villagers in here swimming around, playing around in the water. This was a cavern that I found, and so instead of just sealing it up, I just put bars down here, and they like to come down here and look around. I have some different size apartment buildings that I've created. Some of them I put furnishings in, some of them I didn't. I have gardens all around the place. I have different kinds of woods I've used. And for some reason, this golem, he likes to stay up there, and I've put wood down, stairs down to get him off. He'll come down and then the next day I come back and he's back up there for whatever reason. This was a breeding house that I originally created, and it does seem to work. And what I did is I made a 2-story house or a 3-story house, and all I did is put doors inside here. It's got doors galore, and they come in here, and you'll see them sometimes stand outside the room here, and you'll see little hearts floating around. And then after I built that one is when I built this other weird contraption over here, and this is where they mainly hang out. They just all like to hang out here, and a lot of times you'll see them little hearts pitter-pattering around over here. Well, this is MC Big Boy again, and this is my village overcrowding. And y'all guys have a wonderful day. Hope y'all enjoyed MC Big Boy's Overcrowded Village. I am out.